General Manager of the Washington Nationals joins us. It's in the clubhouse. Mike Rizzo, presented by Burke and Herbert Bank. Unexpectedly different. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
What does "this ain't working" mean to you?
Well, it probably means that we're going to reevaluate and see what we're at. We still love the depth that we have in the bullpen. We love the personnel in the bullpen. Maybe it's a kind of a reshuffling of roles, get some different experiences in there. I'm not sure. We haven't discussed it in depth yet, but we're all in concert that we love the bullpen personnel that we have. We love the stuff we have, and we see that it's going to be an asset going forward and not a detriment.
Mike, explain the mentality of how, or the difference in mentalities of a guy who takes the ball in the 7th who needs to get 3 outs, or the 8th who needs to get 3 outs versus a guy who takes the ball in the 9th. Why is it so difficult for a guy who's not used to doing it to put him in that role?
Well, I think you hit on it there at the end. It's at an experience level. I think guys adapt to it eventually if they have the stuff to do it. But it's a mindset. 7th inning you can get bailed out by another reliever. 8th inning the same thing. The 9th inning you're the last guy. There's nobody ever warming up or rare when you go in the game. The game is in your hands, and hitters are ultra focused back at the back end of those games, and you have to perform, and you have to hit your spots. You have to have a mindset that you're the best in the business, and you have to trust your stuff. I think that's the key to pitching late in the games is you have to trust your stuff and just go after hitters and attack them. Now I see the one red flag that I've seen since early on this season is that we're behind the count. Strike one is ultra important in those back innings, and you have to attack hitters and get ahead of them because 2-0, 3-1 is a bad spot to hit to pitch in when you're protecting a 1 or 2 run lead.
When you made the move, now everybody was concerned about the bullpen, fans, people on the outsiders. I don't know if you were, but fans were.
Mm-hmm.
And but I will say that when you named Treinen the closer, I thought this can work. Because he has unbelievable stuff on paper. Everything is there, right? I could see this working. So Jason and I had an argument this morning, though, and I said now, what your options are, obviously you could pick somebody up. You suggest you're just going to reshuffle. I like that too. You could go Glover. You could go Kelly. And I suggested to Jason that as a closer, sometimes moxie is more important than stuff. And I mean, you got to have the stuff, but if you had to have one of the two, you got to have the moxie. So in other words, Kelly's got great stuff, but he didn't have 96-mile-an-hour closer heat. But he definitely has the moxie, in my opinion.
Well, it's moxie, it's experience, it's first and foremost. I kind of disagree a little bit. Stuff I think is the most important portion of pitching late in the games. But you have to
Treinen has that. Treinen has.
Well, you have to have a combination of experience and stuff is not only major league velocity. It's velocity, it's movement, it's command of those pitches, and command at that particular time. So command in the 9th inning is different than command in the 4th inning, and that's all part of the package. Treinen certainly has the pedigree for closing out games. He's done it in the past, although not a lot. Ultimately, your 9th inning pitcher becomes your 9th inning pitcher after he has succeeded as being your setup guy. That's been the formula for years in the big leagues. Mariano Rivera was the setup man for Wetland, and so on and so forth. So I think we're at a point now that we're starting to figure out some roles. I think Dusty, Mike, and I are going to discuss that earlier this afternoon. And like I said, we like and trust the personnel that we have, the stuff that they employ, and we're waiting for it to click and to get everybody comfortable in their roles and get after it.
You mentioned Dusty, Mike, who is the pitching coach, and yourself. When you guys ultimately decided on Treinen as the closer, was it unanimous among you three?
Oh yeah. Almost 90% of our decisions are unanimous, and it's not only just the three of us. It's obviously there's many more people's opinion that we try and get before we make a decision. But ultimately, Dusty puts the names in the lineup, and I put the names on the roster, and we kind of roll our team out there and do the best we can. And nothing has changed since opening day, fellas. We love the team that we have. We think that we're a championship caliber team. We've always said that. We still continue to say that. We've got as you've seen, we've got a great team ahead of us, and we're looking forward to a great, successful season.
Mike's a very positive man.